as an actress, when you're Valeria Maldonado, all I get to do are Latina roles, and I
Mm.
dream of the day where like any actor from any ethnicity can play any role. And it's also this like trying to like kind of shake up perception, be like, you don't know exactly, I could be a thousand things. One thing that I will give to my depressive self is that I'm very much like a warrior.
Mm.
So even when I am like the most depressed, which I have gone through some like very deep and dark depression spells, even then I have this almost compulsive need to look for help. Because my therapist was also telling me, he's like, every time you go through something where you should have gotten angry and you don't, you get depressed. He's like,
Yes.
it's anger that got stuck, and because I, instead of taking it out on other people, I take it on myself. So I'm like,
Uh-huh.
you idiot, and then it goes into like depression. So I like this because like it's telling myself to, instead of waiting and being disappointed, it's better to get angry ahead of time and just like do it.
Sabrosura pa' ti que qué.
Hola, hola, welcome back to Café con Pam, the bilingual podcast that celebrates the power of our stories, the medicine in our voices, and the magic of reclaiming who we are. This week, I sat down with someone who I've had the incredible pleasure of having had her in Café con Pam, pero this time she came along. And our conversation, of course, shifts because when you come in a group versus coming by yourself, you show up a little different. This is Valeria Maldonado Jackson, who's a Mexican American actress, writer, and producer. And you may remember her from the film Las Tres Sisters, a movie she co wrote, co produced, and starred in alongside her co creators after a decade of refusing to let someone else tell their story. She has worked in Hollywood and Mexico, navigated the in between of being too white for one industry to Latina for another, and recently added her mother's maiden name, Jackson, to her own as a way of carrying her mom with her now that she's gone. She showed up to our conversation to talk about mental health. I think, frankly, we both showed up kind of like shedding the polished, expected answer. In este episodio, you're going to learn about post achievement depression, what it actually feels like when the thing you worked years for finally happens, and the silence that comes after. We're going to talk about what it means to hide when you're going through it. Because maybe there's a little shame, and also because you're the one everyone else leans on, and maybe because you don't know how to need something without making it someone else's problem. And we're going to talk about anger, specifically what happens when you're a woman who was never taught to feel it and where it goes instead. So, if you've ever completed the milestone, if you've ever achieved the win, if you've ever crossed the finish line, and then found yourself in a corner of your house with a blanket, wondering why you can't just be happy, este episodio es para ti. If you're an eldest daughter, of course, the one who holds it together, the one who hides so nobody has to worry, este episodio también es para ti. And if you've been carrying grief while trying to keep performing, también este episodio es para ti. Y bueno, sin más, esta es mi conversación con la única e inigualable Valeria Maldonado Jackson. So tell me about the name. What made you add a second last name?
Yes, my second last name, I added it just last week, so it's very, very new. You're my first
Okay.
interview as Valeria.
La primicia nos
Sí,
tocó.
sí, sí.
¿Y qué te llevó a eso?
Mira, varias cosas, pero lo primero, I'm kind of trying to honor both of my sides and my heritage. So I'm half white and half Mexican.
What if you're full white and full Mexican?
Well, true. Yes, I am full, but I am white and Mexican. And I kind of like wanted to push away the white side for a while and kind of just identified as Mexican. I also like spent most of my life in Mexico. But now, I mean, once also my mom passed, so Jackson is her name.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's something beautiful about having her name on, like, be with me as I, do my career and everything. But also it's like I'm trying to just like accept and acknowledge all sides of me. The name is a part of that. The name is like, and also, as an actress, when you're Valeria Maldonado, all I get to do are Latina roles, and I
Mm,
dream of the day where like any actor from any ethnicity can play any role. And it's also this like trying to like kind of shake up perception, be like, you don't know exactly, I could be a thousand things. Like,
right.
let's not just like pigeonhole. So yeah, so that's the whole thing with the name.
Y bueno, tú creciste en México, ¿no?
Sí, yo crecí en México, sí.
Y ahí you didn't have 2 last names.
Sí, 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 sí. O sea, de hecho, yo toda mi vida, bueno, en México, crecí con los 2 nombres. O sea,
Okey.
en México sí te hablan y es más, muchísimos de mis amigos de allá me llaman Jackson, ¿no? Los maestros de deportes y así era así de: "Jackson, ven para acá". Entonces, no, yo sí crecí con Jackson, súper con Jackson, pero acá en Estados Unidos solo usas 2 nombres.
Ujú.
Entonces, como que, pues, naturalmente, cuando llegué fue como Valeria Maldonado y
El primero, claro.
el primero y aparte, pues sí, como nombre artístico sueles no querer algo como tan largo, pero, pues, de pronto dije: "No, pues, pero también soy Jackson", y aparte Jackson es súper interesante, digo, no le voy a andar contando a cada persona que me pregunta, pero me parece un nombre muy interesante porque, de hecho, el nombre de mi familia era Jacobs, no era Jackson. Jacobs es un nombre judío, de mi lado gringo es judío, lo cual tampoco yo no crecí judía, entonces como que no me identifico, pero de sangre, pues lo soy. O sea, ¿no? De
Okey.
ethnicity, lo soy. Y Jacobs era el apellido de mi abuelo, y en la Segunda Guerra Mundial se lo cambió porque estaba en el Navy y estaba como buscando a la SS, o sea, los nazis que estaban en Chile, y como él era judío, se cambió el nombre para que
Sí.
no lo ubicaran como judío dentro de eso. Entonces, o sea, solo de mi abuelo para abajo somos Jackson.
¡Guau!
Antes toda la familia es Jacobs. Ujú.
Pero qué interesante ese linaje.
Es muy interesante, ¿ves? Y eso lo tenía yo como y es muy interesante, es súper interesante, es como todo otro mundo,
Total.
total, total.
Y aparte, o sea, I wonder if there's a version of you with that last name, and then what does that mean to be the version Jackson, ¿no?
I know. Yeah, and also, yeah, because Jacobs is very easily identified as Jewish. Like it's a very
Yes.
Jewish last name. Jackson is strange because it's actually mostly African American.
Ujú.
It's not very Jewish at all. Um,
Right.
but I didn't grow up with Jacobs at all. Like that wasn't, my mom was born as a Jackson.
3
Es
generaciones atrás, ¿no?
3 generaciones atrás, y somos 5 primos del lado Jackson, y nos llamamos los Jackson 5. So, it's like, there's a lot of layers
Okey.
to this, there's a lot of layers.
So many layers. Y bueno, como dices, esto es new. How are you, like, embracing that new identity, if at all? O fue más así como que, pues, tú siempre fuiste Valeria Maldonado Jackson, y ahorita nada más es como que reclaiming that otra vez.
No, it's been a process, and it's something I thought about for a long time, and I was like, "No," especially because it's so long, and my name is already hard enough, for Americans to say with just the 2.
¿Cómo te dicen?
Valeria, Maldonado.
Oh,
Sí, sí, es súper difícil
yo
y eso
entiendo
pasa
perfecto eso.
mucho. Sí, pero no, el tuyo está más fácil, ¿no?
Es que, bueno, kind of, no, Covarrubias nadie lo puede decir.
¿No?
Pero
Coverage,
aparte yo les digo que yo soy Pam,
Pam.
porque así de Pam, and I'm like, I'm not
Ajá,
Pam. Or
ajá,
Pamela, ugh, no,
ajá,
no, no. O sea,
ajá,
yo soy
Pam,
Pam y eso así como que Pam,
ajá.
y yo no, sir, Pam.
Sí, sí, justo, yo no digo Valeria, yo digo Valeria. Y luego
Claro,
sí les digo, you can call me Val, you can call me Vale, you can call me V, that's all fine, pero no, I'm not gonna
pero no
introduce
Valeria.
no, and not Valerie.
Ah, claro. Sí, porque hasta se me hace como otra persona Valerie, ¿no?
es otra persona. Y traté, cuando estuve aquí a los 15 años, como 6 meses, o sea, aquí en Estados Unidos, y ahí sí traté de ser Valerie, y me acuerdo que ni volteaba, ¿me entiendes? O sea, me decían, no, sí, no, no soy, no soy. Pero, ¿qué? Algo me habías dicho, me preguntaste y no me acuerdo.
Me estabas contando de la transición de reclaiming it, porque siempre fuiste Valeria Maldonado Jackson.
Sí, siempre fui, pero llevo muchos años sin serlo y artísticamente no lo he sido. Pero no sé, como que se siente más completo, se siente como que y eso, más
Mm,
complejo, y está bien, o sea, como que ¿por qué tenemos que simplificarnos y poner nada más en una caja? O sea, no, o sea,
claro.
pertenezco a esta otra caja y a esta otra, y pues está bien, ¿no? Somos complejos los seres humanos.
¿Y no te pasa que cuando vienes a Estados Unidos, así como que tienes que encajar en esa caja que te quieren poner?
Claro, pero también en México, ¿eh? Son distintas cajas.
También, son otras cajas,
Ujú.
son otras cajas.
Sí, son como me acuerdo que mi psicóloga cuando yo tenía como 15 años, bueno, quizás 17, algo así, me decía que era camaleónica yo, porque de acuerdo a donde estaba, era como la personalidad que agarraba, y tiene razón. O sea, y creo que todos los que somos así biculturales
Sí,
tenemos eso,
pues ese es el code switching, ¿no?
code switching, justo, justo.
Y también, ¿tú tienes 2 personalidades, una en inglés y otra en español?
Tengo
I
como
do.
you do, yeah? Like,
Sí.
tell me what the difference is.
En inglés es my bit más business, like, I can be blunter, I
Ujú,
can, like, o sea, en inglés es así como que me vale, o sea, it's less fear in a way,
ya.
y en español siento más.
Sientes más.
Ujú. Like, I
Uh,
love in Spanish. Like, when I see those posts, I'm like, truly, o sea, yo te puedo contar una historia en inglés, la misma historia, and I would cry in Spanish, y en inglés, equis.
¿neta?
Yeah.
Oye, ¿y te has enamorado solo en
En
español?
español,
Ajá, o te has enamorado en inglés.
en los 2.
Okey.
Pero en español es muy diferente.
Órale, eso está fascinante. Okey. ¿En el sexo tienes un idioma?
Depende con quién.
Ajá,
Sí,
ajá, pero te sale, o sea, porque yo descubrí que a mí me salen ambos. O sea, pero me sale de acuerdo con quién estoy,
de acuerdo con quién estás, exacto.
pero no es como que tengo que no es como que tengo que traducir, no es como que quiero
Ah,
decir
no.
esto y lo digo en el otro. O sea, sí, los 2 idiomas se prestan para eso.
Sí, porque siento que llega un punto que el lenguaje corporal es así como que you stop thinking,
Ajá, ajá,
que en una conversación pasa mucho más así de, how do you say this en inglés, en español, or whatever. And when you're intimate with someone, es así como que no hay necesidad de like,
sí, del
porque
code
there's
switch.
no judgment, ¿sabes?
Ujú,
O
ujú.
sea, si dices algo en español, así como que, pues, equis,
Ajá,
es
ajá.
parte del the act.
Sí, sí, qué interesante eso que dices de que sientes más en español.
¿Tú no?
Yo creo que tengo, sentidos del humor distintos en cada idioma.
Ah, claro, 100%.
Sí, o sea, y es como tengo una cosa mucho más molestona, 1000 veces, y como juguetona en el
Como carrillera.
ajá, como carrillera en español, que en inglés
Sí,
no existe.
total.
Este, pero, ¿sabes qué noto yo? Yo con la actuación es raro, sobre todo si es como, o sea, si es como ficción, si es como película, cine, teatro, me siento más cómoda en inglés.
Oh,
Me gusta también actuar en español, pero o leer en inglés, leo más en inglés que en español, entonces como que mi parte artística, por eso no sé si en cuál siento más, porque, pues, artísticamente siento mucho, ¿no? Cuando estás, actuando o
pero no eres tú.
no soy yo, pero cuando estoy escribiendo soy yo sintiendo y,
Mm.
ahorita estoy escribiendo un corto y lo escribo, o sea, las direcciones y todo eso lo escribo en inglés, y el diálogo depende de quién es, o sea, porque si es una familia como mexicana-americana, entonces de pronto hablan en inglés, de pronto hablan en español, pero los como stage
Uy, qué
direction,
interesante.
creo que me costaría más trabajo en español. Ajá.
ahorita que hablaste del humor, something que me pasó a mí, porque yo también crecí en México, ¿no?
Ajá,
Y eso de la carrillez que tenemos así de que you say things and you deal with it, ¿no?
sí,
Y yo conocí a tenía una amiga aquí que ella nació y creció aquí, hablaba muy bien español, porque
okey,
sus papás hablaban español, pero ella
sí,
nunca creció allá, ¿no? Entonces, una vez dije algo, o sea, ella no lo entendió, porque
ajá,
estábamos en un chat con varias, ¿no?
sí,
Y entonces, yo genuinamente le dije: "Oye, ¿me saludas a tu mamá? Por favor", o sea, buen plan.
ujú,
Y me hizo un drama así de: "Es que a mí me respetas", y yo así de: "What are you talking about?". Porque hay o sea, cuando la estás mentando es otro
sí,
contexto, con
sí,
otro, ¿sabes?
sí, sí, sí,
Y había otra, o sea, era como un grupo de 3 o 4, creo. 2 crecimos en México y 2 no. Entonces, la que creció en México conmigo me dijo así de: "¿Is she confused?". Y yo: "I think so".
sí,
Como que quiso, I don't know.
ajá.
Y yo noto ahí que eso a mí me pasa mucho. Aún gente aquí, si crecieron aquí, the humor doesn't translate.
No, it doesn't, it doesn't. Y hay muchos como modismos, como lo que estás hablando,
Muchísimos.
muchísimos. O sea, por ejemplo, y siempre cuando acabo de llegar a México, ¿no? Cuando aterrizo en México y pido un Uber, ¿no? Pido un Uber del aeropuerto, desde ahí entra este code switching, porque es otra
Claro.
onda, es como: "Buenas tardes, señorita". "Ay, hola, ¿qué tal?". No, y el tráfico, híjole,
¿Cómo
no.
estás?
Hay como todo un, ¿no? Y esta, o sea, ahorita que hablabas de esto de salúdame a tu mamá, esta onda, por ejemplo, de, pues, no, pues ahí donde yo vivo, en su casa, ¿esto qué haces? ¿No? Si no eres, o sea, si no vas a entender, ¿cómo que en mi casa?
Exacto.
Y tú
Sí, sí,
dices:
sí.
"Gracias", ¿no? Gracias.
Total. O provecho después de
Ajá,
comer, cuando estás en un
ajá,
restaurante. O sea, hay muchas cosas.
muchísimas cosas, muchísimas
Sí, es
cosas.
como que o sea, porque mucho hablamos yo hablo mucho de first gens en inglés,
Ajá, ajá,
pero creo que hay un additional layer to the immigrant, ¿sabes?
sí,
Que yo me considero inmigrante a pesar de que yo nací aquí, etcétera, etcétera, pero porque crecí tanto tiempo allá, I
claro.
have that additional layer of not belonging.
¿Cuánto tiempo estuviste tú allá?
Terminé la preparatoria,
Okey, o sea, pero, ¿desde qué edad a qué edad?
de cero a prepa. Viví en Los Ángeles, like, high school a few years, pero me regresé.
Ajá, sí, parecido, yo muy parecido.
Sí. Yo estuve aquí igual a los 15.
A los 15, ajá.
Ya.
Yo estuve a los 15 6 meses en San Diego, eh,
Okey.
y luego, o sea, estuve de los 0 a los 6 en San Diego, y de los 6 a los 19 en México, con 6 meses ahí en medio
In
que estuve
between.
ajá, que estuve en San Diego. I don't know whether I consider myself, I guess I'm an immigrant. It's weird because my mom was American.
Mhm.
So that adds like another thing, right? Like I don't feel like my whole family came, and also my families did not come, by the way. Like I was the one that came as an adult.
Mm,
But because he's American or she was American, then that adds like something to the whole immigrant thing because
claro.
I'm like, and her family was here for many generations. They're originally like, I thought we were Russian. That's what I'd always understood is that we were Russian, but apparently we're like Polish and German as well.
Wow!
It was like Prussia, right? So it was, but recently when I went to San Diego for Thanksgiving, and my American family, grabbed these like boxes of letters and pictures of our ancestors who were all like, I am the first, my brother and I are the only ones in my American family that are not 100% Ashkenazi Jew. Everyone else is Ashkenazi. Like we're the first ones to like switch it up. But anyway, it was interesting because their letters were in German.
Okay.
Oh my god, what? I had no clue. So
It's a fascinating journey.
it's a fascinating journey. And so that immigrant thing, I'm like, because I didn't have to, I didn't have to fight for papers. Papers, is that how you say it? Now I'm confused in languages. Pero, pues sí, yo soy gringa. O sea, yo aunque no hubiera nacido aquí, hubiera sido gringa.
Claro, porque tu mamá es gringa, sí. Yo nací aquí, por eso
Eres gringa.
going back to the boxes,
Yeah.
like, do we need one? So it's like, can we just be human?
Right, but also there's se me están mezclando ahora los idiomas. There's a yearning for, at least in my case, but from what I heard from you too, of belonging. Like, that yearning is so strong, and it's so confusing because it's like I belong in both, but then I also never fully feel like I belong in either.
And I think it's different than that yearning is diferente from the people that were born here and they just know that their parents are from there.
Right.
Is not best or worst, it's just
No,
different.
it's totally different.
Because we have like, I have friends over there that I don't talk to because I haven't been back in a long time. I
Mm,
mean, I do talk to some of them, pero igual como, o sea, existes en español, and I'm a whole other person over there.
yeah,
And then I come back and I have friends here, and I'm a whole other person here.
yeah.
And so it's this thing because something that happened to me when I was going a lot of back and forth
Mhm,
was I would miss things.
mm,
Like,
mhm.
people would get together and I'd be like, "Oh, no, estoy allá o estoy acá," or whatever, and so then it's like, well, I'm missing out on life.
What made you decide to kind of, like, be here more?
Um, I mean, I met my person,
And that's a big thing,
so
yeah.
that kept me more here. I creo que a pesar de que it's, like, kind of I think about it, se me hizo más fácil, like, start things here
Okay. Yeah.
que en México, así como que si yo hubiera empezado Café con Pam en México,
Mhm,
I don't know, si se hubiera dado.
mhm, mhm.
Entonces, como que acá es como que, I don't know, I guess it just feels like I can do it.
Yeah.
Como que tengo menos que perder, so interesting.
Mhm, mhm. But I think a lot of the reason a lot of people come to the States is that it does feel like there's more opportunity, and I think there's more space for new concepts to be. I feel the same way with the movie. Like, I don't know if I had been in Mexico if Las Tres Sisters would have gotten made, even though ironically we got funded in Mexico and we shot in Mexico. But I think the whole like concept of us being unknown actresses and getting all that done, I don't know. I don't know if it would have happened over there. It's
Yeah.
like a system.
Sí, y aparte siento que obviamente es una generalization, pero la cultura mexicana todavía es un poco envidiosa,
Sí,
you know?
sí.
Like, no, aquí es más de, and I talk about this with my brother all the time. Like, you go to a networking event, you go to events where you meet other people and everyone's like, "Yeah, let me know. Who can I introduce you to? How can I
Mm,
support you?" Porque la cultura gringa es muy como es muy transaccional,
muy transaccional. Sí,
es bien fácil de, o sea, entender el sol sale para todos,
sí.
because it's a transaction, ¿sabes?
Yeah.
En México, como es más relacional,
Mhm.
it's less about, "Let me do the quick transaction with you", porque sí, el sol sale para todos, pero you have to earn the sol in a way.
Ay, me quiero escribir eso, sí, o sea, Estados Unidos es más transaccional y México es más relacional, eso está buenísimo. Sí, sí, y es cierto pues toda esta cosa, ¿no? Que dicen de los cangrejos mexicanos.
Exacto,
Este, yo sí siento que ahora como empieza a haber más conciencia, pero creces, sí, con esta onda de no, y sí hay envidia, y es como más difícil que te abran una puerta.
total.
Es como sí, y todo es eso, es quién eres, a quién conoces, porque y entonces de acuerdo a eso puedes entrar o no puedes entrar. Ujú.
Pero bueno, one thing we haven't talked about is that this is your second round of Café con Pam.
Yeah.
Pero la primera vez you came with your 2 sisters, ¿no? Porque venían promoviendo la película Las Tres Sisters that I love, and you came as a unit, ¿no? Pero ahora I'm curious, who's Valeria without her sisters?
Ooh, I know, and it's been a good question, to be honest, because, the 3 of us, I mean, we're still working together, but the 3 of us worked intensely together.
Por una década, ¿no?
Una década, una década. And it has been, for me, it has been difficult to, especially like creatively, be like,
Mm.
yeah, who am I as a writer producer without them? That has been the hardest question to answer. Súper, súper difícil. Como actriz no, porque como actriz siempre he tenido yo mi propia carrera y siempre, o sea, más bien era como que teníamos la peli mientras, cada una tenía su carrera, em, y siempre, o sea, me gané la vida de actriz, pues eso independientemente. Pero esta parte sí como más de creativa, híjole, me lo sigo preguntando. Ahí tenemos un proyecto que estamos trabajando juntas, o sea, que es
Todavía.
sí, sí, queremos hacer otra. Sí, sí, salimos de otra. Entonces, estamos escribiendo otra película, pero pues eso se va a tardar. Esperemos que no los 10 años que, que nos tardamos con esta, pero
La primera siempre es la más difícil, ¿no?
sí, siendo que ahora mínimo ya no sabemos más el caminito, sabemos escribir mejor,
Marta ya no está having babies.
Marta's, yeah, yeah, exactly. Yes. Pero bueno, aún así siempre salen cosas, ¿no? Y estamos todas, pues, justo con nuestros proyectos individuales y ha sido muy loco, o sea, y la verdad es que sí fue muy fuerte, sobre todo como que yo creo que como a partir del principio de este año, porque todo el año pasado, aunque la peli salió como en marzo, creo, estuvimos todo el tiempo como juntas y promoviendo, porque después salió en agosto, no sé cuándo, en streaming, entonces siempre había, ¿no?
Ujú.
Y ya cuando empezó este año fue como, ah, cabrón, o sea, ¿ahora qué? ¿Y yo qué estoy haciendo? ¿Qué sigue? Y no sé, me encantaría decir,
Mm.
sí estoy escribiendo este corto que quiero dirigir, porque eso es algo que quiero probar, quiero dirigir. Eso no lo he hecho y se me antoja mucho y tengo mucho síndrome del impostor de que no sé si puedo, pero eso se me antoja
Pero
mucho.
you're doing it scared.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I am. I'm doing it scared. I haven't, I'll say I'm doing it scared when I have done it, but I am writing, I'm writing scared and it's a short, but I am like Virgo, like painfully Virgo. So and everything needs to be
Uy,
fucking
tiene que estar sí,
mal. O
está
sea,
ese Virgo está cañón.
¿tú qué signo eres?
I'm Scorpio Sun, Leo Moon,
Okay,
and
okay.
Sagittarius rising.
Ooh, fire.
I don't so I do have some Virgo placements. I think I have Virgo and Mars, I think,
Okay,
and it's always the I tend like, that's why I feel the Virgos because I when I'm building stuff, it always has to be like, "Well, let me just fine tune it 3 times," you know? Like,
right.
I just shared a post about voy a hacer le puse desvelada,
Ay, qué
porque
padre.
va a ser a 10-year anniversary for Café con Pan.
What?
Entonces
10
I know.
años.
And so, I want it to be a pijamada, but I don't wanna call it a pijamada, and so it's como desvelada, desvelada, you know?
Ay, está padrísimo.
And so I made 4 different posts in different colors, y al final de cuentas dije: "You know what? Just share all of them." O
Okay,
sea, ya, bye.
okay.
Porque I get it, I was like, "Which one is the right color?" O sea, al final de cuentas, just it's fine.
It's
So
I
it's
God, yeah. I'm so hardcore Virgo for those things. Like it's painful. And because I'm like Virgo with Capricorn rising, with a
Wow,
Taurus moon, so it's all earth.
okay.
I'm like earth with the earth. Like, I'm like so yeah, so
You're
letting go.
like sand, walking on sand.
Yeah, and I see people that are like air. They're like, ah. I'm like, wow.
Air
That's
people are I admire air people.
yeah. I can't even understand air people. Like I see them and I'm like,
I know.
wow. Wow.
To be
Okay.
flowy and, like, light.
Oh my God. Yeah, maybe in my next life. Maybe in my next life. Yeah.
Maybe, maybe. But I wanted to ask you because we were talking about the movie and how I mean, you worked together for 10 years and then you were promoting it and you were all over, like literally O sea, si haces un little Google search, you appear everywhere. And it made me think of post achievement depression. Have you heard of that?
Have I heard of it?
I know, but I think you felt it. This is a mental health episode,
Mhm.
I'm sure. And so Michael Phelps, do you remember him?
Yeah, of course.
So the Olympic gold medalist.
Mhm.
After every Olympic win, he would go home and not leave his room for days. And it's like a known thing. So there was one time when it was an Olympic win, like he won 4 medals, I think.
Okay.
And then he went into his hotel room for 4 days, didn't come out, didn't want like and so he was very open. He's been very open about mental health, and he
Wow.
calls it the post-Olympic depression, which is
Wow.
all the work that you do to prep for something big,
Yep.
and then you win it, and then it's the crash and burn of like,
Yep.
now what?
Yep.
And so I wonder if I've thought about when we said we were gonna talk about mental health, if
Yep.
that's one of the things that happens to and especially as an actress. So not
Mhm.
just for Las Tres Sisters in the promotion, but you
Mhm.
get a job and you prep for it, you audition, you memorize, you practice, blah, 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 you get the job done, and then it's done. And then so it's that post-achievement depression. Have you felt that?
Yeah. Yes, I felt that. I just felt it. What day is today? Tuesday? So I just felt it.
Thursday.
Today's Thursday. So I felt it Tuesday because, but that not off of Las Tres Sisters, off of I had I had 2 weeks where I was on set for two different projects. So I was doing a movie, very indie movie, but that required a lot of memorization. I was like, it was 40 pages of and anyway. I don't we need to go into details, but it's a lot of work. It was a lot of work, and then it was a commercial, which was a lot of fun, and I got to like improvise and do comedy. And that ended on Monday. And Tuesday, I was still a little bit like, okay, I'm going to go do all the things that I wasn't able to do. And as the day progressed, like, and it was just a day later, like just one day later. And but that's a very light version of it. Like what I'm telling you, that's a very
Mm,
light. No, what happened post Sisters was heavy. And when I ran into you with Ana Lilia's workshop, I was going through it.
and you showed up anyway.
Yeah. So that was me. So one thing that I will give to my depressive self is that I'm very much like a warrior.
Mm,
So even when I am like the most depressed, which I have gone through some like very deep and dark depression spells, even then I have this almost compulsive need to look for help.
mm.
So I'm always like, maybe if I go to this workshop, maybe if I get this limpia, maybe if I do EMDR, like I'm always searching. So when we saw each other, I was like like smack in the middle of it. Like I think the heavy depression had started maybe 2 or 3 weeks before that. And I was like trying everything I could to find like an opening and to feel a little bit better. And that workshop was important. But that's why also when I ran into you, I was like, let's talk about it. Because I also back then I kind of wanted to talk to you during depression.
While you're in it?
Because I don't know if I think this happens for most people when they're depressed, but when I'm depressed, I want to hide. Like I
Yes.
want to hide. And I do.
Like,
And
I
I
don't even wanna get work done.
no, and I don't wanna talk to anyone. I don't want
I don't
anyone
respond to emails.
telling me yeah, I don't respond to emails, and especially I don't wanna be, like, actually seen because I can, like, maybe do this, but if a friend is like, "I'll come over," I'm like, "No," like, I don't wanna no.
Oh, you straight up hide.
I straight up hide. I straight up hide, and I actually have, like, a little corner in my house that I can see over there that I, like, have a blanket, and that's where I live, and I don't wanna talk to anyone. So when I saw you, I was like I was trying to push myself also out of it, but also kind of raise awareness at the same time. So part of me was like, I wanna be interviewed in it. I wanna
Mm.
do it, but now it's 3 months later and I'm out, thank God.
But you
But
just had one on Tuesday.
Yeah, yes. It's very different though.
It wasn't a deep one. It was
No.
like a bump.
It's a bump and it has more of like it's depression, but it's also anxiety and it's like, what am I okay, so now what's next? You know,
Mm.
where do I put my energy? Like, how do I get a new job? The other one is way more like existential. And
So
yeah,
you have different depressive selves?
I've like it's like levels, right? It's level.
Mhm.
And I can, yes, with my deep depression, like it can start to go really, 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 really bad. And at a certain point is when I call my psychiatrist. Like when it gets to a certain point.
And you can catch it.
Yeah. When I'm like, okay, I have done Analilia, EMDR, therapy, I'm meditating every day, I'm going for a walk. And when that has been happening, usually for like over a month, and I'm not getting out, then that's when I call my psychiatrist and I'm like, okay,
Then it's chemical.
yeah, yeah. It's a combination of reactive depression. That's what my therapist says, of like things that actually happened that trigger it, but then it becomes chemical and I can't get out.
Mm. Which I think I mean, I love that we're talking about, mental health is it's a big thing for me. And so I'm glad you're bringing it up because there's also culturally shame around it,
Mhm. Mhm. Oh,
no? And like the fact that you're able to identify it and kind of like I do a lot of parts work. So I don't know if you've ever done parts work. So core self will
mhm,
always be your core self.
mhm, mhm.
The depressed version of you is there, but core self is always core self who's witnessing like, "Oh, there you are.
Right,
You're kinda, like, showing up, and then you're getting bigger and bigger and bigger," and that awareness to be able to say, "Alright, I've let you get take all the space that you need, but now it's time to get support." Were you
right.
always like that?
I don't know. I my parents went to therapy, I mean, since I was born, and so I was taken to therapy since I was pretty young. So I think the first time I had, like, a therapy session, I was probably, like, 7 years old. And also my Mexican side of the family, it's full of therapists. So and energy healers. So, even when I was little, maybe they wouldn't get me like a therapist, but my tia would do a whole session.
Mm.
And so that being said, I've always kind of been taught to look for help because since I was little, you know, which I know is very different than what most people experience in their life, especially in the like Mexican culture. My family is very different in that way. So I was kind of just taught to look for help. And so then I guess the answer is yes. I've always looked for help, but I don't know if it's so much like my awareness, but also like how I was taught.
Mm.
I was taught to like if you're not being able to do something, get help. And yeah.
And you're an eldest daughter, though.
Mhm.
So how does that role play with, "You can handle it." Can they handle my depression?
Ugh, it sucks. So I hide again. I hide even from my family and from my brother and from my dad and from my mom back when she was alive. I feel so much shame when I'm going through depression, like so much shame. My mom, she wouldn't maybe acknowledge it that way, but my mom went through depression as well. She maybe wouldn't name it that.
Mm.
So I didn't feel as much shame with her, but my dad is a very naturally joyful person. Like he just naturally, and he's a Capricorn as well. So he's just like go 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 and
Go,
get
go,
shit
go.
done.
I met him at the movie
Oh
premiere.
yeah, oh my god, you met my dad. Yeah. He's charismatic, he's just like,
Talking to everybody, made friends with everyone.
and he says that he doesn't like socializing. I'm like, okay. But he doesn't fully understand depression. Like he supports me, but he doesn't understand what that means. And so he's more
Mm.
con alegría, mi amor, y vamos
Échale
pa'lante.
ganas.
échale ganas. And so when I'm going through depression, I'm very aware, like I don't want to be around them because I know that they're gonna tell me something and I'm gonna feel worse because I'm gonna feel I wish I could do what it is that you're saying and just have it be better, but it doesn't work that way with me. And then you're gonna try to help me and I'm gonna like want to shut you down.
Yeah.
So I don't want to like, and I don't want to also be like the Debbie Downer in the room. And I am, and it sucks. And actually, I had just gotten back from Mexico a couple days before, and I had to I had to let myself be seen in the depression, and because also when I go to Mexico, we're all in one apartment, so
Claro.
like
Ahí no te
you
puedes
get sick,
esconder.
no te puedes esconder. Yes, that I'm really good at masking, so but it comes to a certain point where I can't mask anymore. And so they saw me, like, in it, and they know. They know I go through that, and they're like I can see in their face also that they're worried, and that also sucks.
Mm.
I don't want them to I don't want them to feel bad for me, I don't want them to worry, but I also am like, I don't know how to get out, so yeah,
So, if that depressed version of you would talk to them, what would she need?
I guess she needs acceptance.
Mm. Like, "Don't try to fix me, just see me."
Yeah, yeah, mhm.
And what would that look like in practice?
I mean, I think it would just be, yeah, kind of doing the things that we do and not feeling like that much attention towards me and just kind of letting, but then also letting when the feelings do come up to let them be there. Yeah.
Yeah, like, hold them for you?
Mhm. Mhm.
For sure.
Without pity. Without pity. That's a huge thing because
Yes.
there's a difference, right? There's a difference of like, like,
"Pobrecita, te abrazo."
and I don't want that. But I wanna be able to, like, express it without feeling like pobrecita.
That's hard
That's hard.
because, like, people are not trained, like, and truly is a skill
Mhm,
of holding space, of
mhm,
bearing witness,
mhm.
of deliberately choosing to love someone and not try to fix them.
Yeah,
It's tricky.
it's so tricky. It's so tricky. I try to fix people all the time, and I go through it, and
It's
then
very
I keep
eldest daughter of you.
it is, it's very,
And very Virgo too.
very
Yeah.
versatile, which is like, "We'll just do this and this and this." Um, yeah, it's hard to not try to fix people and to not feel, like they're trying to fix you and just be like, just but also you need help. So it's this weird combination where you're like asking for help, but you're asking to not be fixed.
Mm, for sure.
Mhm, mhm.
It's so layered, but I just realized we didn't take a coffee break. So let's take a quick coffee break.
Oh, yeah.
Sabrosura pa' ti que qué.
Valeria, do you drink coffee?
I don't, so I'm gonna drink water.
You drink at all?
I don't
Nunca?
drink coffee. No, me pone así.
Te da ansiedad?
Me da ansiedad,
All kinds?
all kinds, yeah. I discovered maybe like 6 years ago that I can do matcha.
Mm,
So that's the only like stimulant of that sort that I can do. But coffee makes me shaky, me da ansiedad. It makes me nauseous. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, I haven't had coffee in, I mean, at least 15 years.
wow.
I know,
What's your
I know.
beverage of choice if you have one? Do
Matcha.
you have a morning ritual with matcha?
Oh no, because I also don't. This is very sad. I don't drink matcha every day either.
Okay.
And actually, I have a matcha right now that is in the fridge. I drink matcha when I need energy. So if I'm, shooting for 5 days, then usually around day three,
Mm,
be like, okay, now I need matcha. But it's on a basis of, so right now I had a matcha from Monday for the shoot I was on and I didn't drink it and I didn't drink it. So it's
y ahí
still in
sigue.
ahí sigue. Ya,
Okay.
seguro se me va, o sea, seguro ya no está bueno.
Sí, ya.
Y no, that's so sad, I know, I don't have an like
Well,
yeah.
tea? Do you have, like you do drink teas are cool.
I like tea. Again, I don't have like a I drink a lot of water, which I know is like really boring, but ever since I was little, I drink a ton of
It's
water.
always been water.
Yeah, and ice water if possible.
Oh, wow.
Ice, like I want like water with my ice. I love like
¿Cómo te va en México? Porque allá no hay tanto hielo.
bueno, pues, o sea, ahora el año antepasado que me compré un departamento en la Ciudad de México
Nice.
y compré un refri que hace
¿Qué hace
hielo.
hielo?
Y no solo
Non-negotiable.
hace hielo, non-negotiable. No, y tuve que contratar un plomero para que me hicieran como no es normal allá la
Claro.
conexión del agua y el filtro, y no solo hace hielo, hace 2 tipos de hielo y también una jarrita solita se va llenando de agua fría. Entonces, y yo llego y me pongo hielo
Y
y
agua
jarra
fría. Wow.
sí,
Pero qué
pero
chido, you found your thing.
I found my thing. En casa de mis papás, donde crecí, yo creo que viene de mi mamá, yo creo que por ser gringa, siempre había, o sea, hasta la fecha, ahora hay como 3 cosas así grandes de agua en el refri, entonces
Okey.
siempre había agua fría y siempre había una cosa para hacer hielos. Entonces, yo creo que esto es de mis cosas de mi lado gringo.
Eso es total. Sí, porque en México siempre es esa es la el complaint, the biggest complaint de gringos cuando van a México, así de: "Es que no hay nada frío".
Ya sé, ya sé, y te traen pides hielos y te traen uno, y yo: "No, no, tráeme un vaso
Sí.
de hielo así". Sí, entonces eso creo que eso es lo que yo tomo, eso es lo que amo. Amo tomar mi agua con hielo, es así lo máximo.
Wow. Okey. Entonces, you wake up in the morning, you have your agua.
Ujú. I literally wake up in the morning, I'll have like a little like this of water next to my bed, and the first thing I do is I drink that water.
Okay.
Recently, but it just comes and goes. Like recently, I've been doing the like hot water with apple cider vinegar, and
Mm,
but that's not because it's nice. Like,
¿te ayuda?
I don't know. I don't know. Y le pongo fibra. I have no idea. Like but that's not because I it's nice. That's like, let me drink it.
Mhm.
And then, yeah, and then I change recently, I'm adding electrolytes to my water, so then I'll have my little, like, thing like you have, and I carry it around everywhere with my
Con
electrolytes and
salecita.
mhm.
Yeah, nice. Pues yo sí tomo café, pero hoy estoy tomando agua, actually, mira.
Bienvenida.
And sí, because I do have, like, a thing for drinks, so I drink my actually, what I'm doing now, I don't drink coffee first thing in the morning.
Okay.
I drink tea
Oh,
with with psyllium husks. Have you heard of that?
that is no.
It's like so I people that come into my kitchen, they're like, are you an herbolaria or like what is this?" Because I have a whole mueble lleno de hierbas and things. So I brew my own tea that
Ooh,
helps with all my systems, including my
okay.
repertory
Ooh,
mi sistema
reproductive system.
reproductivo. Ujú.
Okay. Oh, I wanna know more. Uh-huh.
Ajá. Y luego ahí, en ese como es mi primer bebida, entonces ahí le pongo psyllium husks, que es un polvito
Okay.
que se hace como gelatina.
Great.
Entonces, I drink that first thing in the morning. I'm always, like, sharing all these granola things, and listeners are probably like, "Ahí va otra vez." And, so basically, it helps a lot with digestion
Oh,
because what it does is it, like, helps your digestive system absorb what needs to absorb and, like, compact what needs to be released.
oh my god, that's amazing.
Mhm.
Follow me on this. If you were an influencer right now, you
I
could give me the
know.
link, I would, like, buy it, and okay, see them husks, okay.
Psyllium husks, and then I have my coffee, which I'm adding creatine. I've been adding creatine for a long time. I haven't talked about creatine, but it helps with my ADHD a lot.
It does.
Mhm.
Keep going, I'm taking notes.
I
Okay,
know. So I add creatine. I add, un polvito con lion's mane y tiene lion's mane, cordyceps, um, L-theanine y cacao.
okay.
And then my mom is a beekeeper, so I add local honey from the
Oh.
yard, from the backyard. And then, ¿qué más le pongo? 3 cosas, 3 polvos. So it's in el café is the creatine,
Uh-huh.
the cacao with all the things, and colágeno.
Yeah, do you do the, like, peptide no sé qué, ¿cómo se llama?
Mi mamá ha traído colágeno de México desde toda la vida.
Ah, okey,
Va a la
okey.
farmacia parisina
Ajá.
y se trae una cosa de colágeno, and she's always been like, pónselo a tu café, pónselo. So this is not like since it's become a thing. It's like, it's been
Oh,
my thing.
oh.
Entonces, no sé, I think it's the maybe it's the peptides, whatever, but
I don't know. There's one that's called collagen peptides that became, like, really famous or whatever, and I was taking it
probably.
for a while, and then but I started having pains, and I didn't realize what was because that one has protein and collagen and I think creatine and all these things, and I started having, like, these pains, and then I realized that if I didn't take it, I didn't have the
You
pain,
wouldn't
so
have the
that
pains. Oh, interesting.
so I don't know what it was in there, but something in there was not agreeing with
Yeah, I think when it comes to supplements, I always tell people you have to make your own recipe.
yeah,
You
concoction.
know, I saw a post that said women after 30 are literally walking clinical trials of their own research, you know, like because
Yeah.
there's no help.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And the other thing that helps me since we're talking about um, depression, because I
Mhm.
also tend to fall into those holes, is L-tyrosine.
I should I don't wanna grab my phone, but I wanna write this down. I'll text you.
Yeah, yeah, text me. L-tyrosine is le llaman the happy supplement
Okay.
because what it does is it helps create serotonin. And don't quote me on the number, but 90%, if I'm not mistaken, like a big chunk of the serotonin that we create that makes us happy is built in the gut.
Okay.
So that's why I'm like so extra with all the things that I consume because I know that I'm the happiest when I'm eating good.
Oh my okay. You know what's interesting is my brother well, I shouldn't have said it was my brother anyway. He had, stomach issues, and he went to a doctor, like a gastroenterologo, like a not a Western medicine doctor, and he gave him these antidepressants for the stomach.
Porque serotonin is in the gut. Yeah.
And so so he had to take this that was for the nerves in his stomach, and it really
See?
helped.
Porque it's your second brain.
That's great. Yeah, no, and I will definitely take any help because a lot of it becomes physical and it becomes
Yes.
mhm,
For me, what happens is in my luteal phase
mhm,
is when like hell breaks loose and I'm
yeah,
like, I'm closing my business, I'm ending the podcast. The world is ending. Nobody wants to listen to me. You know, it's for that week that I'm like,
yeah,
who
yeah.
cares? Nothing's working. And then, I bleed and I'm like, oh, it's actually not bad. It's fine.
Isn't it crazy that we don't also remember because that happens to me it only happens to me really the day before.
Mm,
But the day before, yeah, I'm like, "This is the worst," and it's crazy that we go through it every month,
every month.
and I don't in that moment go like, "Oh, I'm probably bleeding tomorrow," and it's always a surprise. The next day, I'm like, "Oh, oh,
That's
okay."
why.
Yeah, yeah,
Now, see, cycle tracking has changed the way I show up. And that's why I started taking L-tyrosine, because it helps reduce that
interesting. I
like significantly.
oh, I'm totally gonna try it. I track my period, but I'm starting to be somewhat irregular.
Mm,
So that's what makes it hard, and I have, like, shorter periods, so that's what's making it hard for me to be like, I can't exactly I know when I'm ovulating because I can feel it,
it
like,
hurts.
it hurts, yeah. So I know when
Did
I'm
you know
ovulating.
that your ovaries have a party and a graduation party, and that's the ovary that graduates?
No, tell me.
That's the egg that graduate. I mean, the valedictorian egg is the one that like poof gets released.
Oh.
That's why it hurts.
Oh my god. It's like the best egg.
Uh-huh.
The best egg. Oh,
Yeah. And your fallopian tubes. Sometimes a lot of times women just have one fallopian tube. And so what like it's this like little snake floating in your body. And so if you only have one, it goes from one ovary to the other one to catch the egg if it needs to. Women's
really?
bodies are fascinating, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
My ADHD has a lot of body random facts.
I love Tell me more about this AD I think I have ADHD too. Yeah, what do you do that helps?
All the things in my coffee,
Mhm.
like my ADHD, and I talked about this like 2, 3 episodes ago. Tulsi and Tulsi tea. So Tulsi.
Uh-huh.
It's really good for focus
Okay.
and really good. It's I mean, I'm all for plants.
Yeah, yeah.
I've gone Western medicine before and they just break me before they fix me. And
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
I go to my plantitas and my
Yeah.
plantitas are like so much nicer to me. And
Mm.
so Tulsi tea, I have this one tea, Tulsi and ginger together,
Mhm.
and it's kind of like a double win because Tulsi helps with the brain and then ginger helps with the gut, you
Right.
know? And
Mhm.
so that helps a lot if I need like I need to focus afternoon.
Mhm.
So it's
Mhm.
a good tea for that. You can make it iced.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, I mean, tapping, I got into tapping with
Mhm.
my ADHD.
You're so good. You're like the best, honestly, the best, like, tapper? I don't know what to call you.
Yeah.
Um, you're incredible. Yeah, it was the
Thank
first
you,
time that
thank
I
you.
was like, "Oh, okay, okay." Yeah,
Did you shift? Did you feel a shift?
I did. I mean, yes, I the whole day was a shift. Again, I was in the middle of,
Yes.
like, heavy depression, so it felt like I was just starting to open a door. That's what it felt like.
Mm,
'Cause it still required, like, probably, like, another month or 2
totally.
to, like, open the door. But yeah, it totally helped, and so you started doing that with ADHD for your ADHD.
For my ADHD, so when I was in college, I almost failed a class, and my teacher was like, "You could be great, but you're choosing not to."
Mm,
And that, like, that got to me because she was a teacher who I admired. I really loved her work. It was one of my favorite classes, but I procrastinated. And so
yep.
she looked at my project and she was like, "You did this yesterday. You got a month." You know, she said, "This could have been an award worthy, like an award winning project, but you did it yesterday. And so you could be great, but you're choosing not to." And I was like, ouch. So that led me to go and talk to somebody. And
Mm,
so the counselor, psychologist, he was like, "Well, first of all, you have seasonal depression
right.
because I was in the Midwest in the middle of winter, which is like 8 months of no sun after
Yes.
coming from like, you know, tropical places."
Mhm.
And so and he was like, "So, seasonal depression and ADHD."
Okay.
And I was 20 years old. So I have the privilege to have heard that
Yeah.
then,
Mm, mhm.
and then it led me into this whole, like, rabbit hole of how do I fix my broken brain at the time, which now I think is a superpower. But at the
Mhm.
time, I was like, "How do I fix this?" And I found tapping, and so I started tapping, and I was like, "This is weird because I feel better. I
Mm,
feel like I can actually get my homework done." Like, okay, it feels weird to do, but Imma do it because it helps. And
yeah.
so I got into it for a long time, like, I've been doing it since, and yeah, I never stopped, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is God, I feel like, like everything happens for a reason, and it's funny that we're talking about this because my therapy session on Tuesday was literally about my procrastination. And
Mm.
we were talking, and he was, because my therapist was, telling me, like, why are you scared? Like, are you scared of being great? Or like, what is it that I was trying to identify it and I couldn't fully. I was actually like kind of really bad mood after a session. But because I had this movie that I was shooting and there was two scenes that were each 20 pages. That is a lot. Like for an actor's used to like 3 to 4 pages for film and TV.
Is that a monologue?
No, it was one scene was with two people and the other scene was with one other person. just boop, 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 boop. Very strange, like more like, an art film. Um, but I had a month and a half to prepare, and I memorized the lines the day before.
Oh
Both
my
20 pages the day before.
god.
And I can get away with it, so then I
Yeah.
go and do it, but then that's exactly the question was like, but why torture yourself for a month of looking, just knowing you're not doing it, knowing you're not doing it? And then, yeah, it could have been maybe an award-winning performance. And it instead, like, hopefully it's still gonna be good, but you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what would I do if I
I get it.
actually did it?
Yeah. It's a thing. I just
Mhm.
realized, speaking of ADHD, we're still in the coffee break, but hey, we can get back to the show and keep talking about this. You know what's frustrating? Losing your wallet. And sometimes what's even more painful? Realizing your almost full punch card from your favorite cafecito spot is now gone. But at least, even when your cafecito points have vanished, at BMO, if you lose your debit card, they'll print you a new one instantly at a local branch. Plus, you can use your phone to freeze your debit card to prevent any unauthorized transactions. Learn more at bmo.com. Conditions apply. Accounts provided in the United States by BMO Bank and a member FDIC. Do you ever feel like money's supposed to make you feel free, but instead it just makes you feel like a fraud? Like, you should already know this stuff: investing, retirement, debt, but you're still Googling what's a Roth IRA like it's a secret society? Let me unmute that real quick. Savvy Ladies is a nonprofit that gets it, and they're not here to shame you. They're here to support you. They've got a completely free financial helpline where real humans, real experts give you answers without judgment. Whether you're navigating money wounds, dreaming of building wealth, or just trying to make sense of your paycheck, this is your safe space. No sales pitch, no confusing jargon, just real talk, real help for free. Because financial confidence isn't just about numbers. It's about knowing you're not alone anymore. Head over to savvyladies.org to learn more. That is SAVVYLADIES.org. So, yeah, I think the procrastination thing, for a long time I was known as a people still know me as a recovering procrastinator because that's how I started branding myself. I'm a recovering procrastinator, and so a lot of people looked for me for productivity. And then I felt very impostery about it because I'm like, "What do you mean you want me to just because I'm a recovering procrastinator, I've built a lot of systems and I have a lot of tools." But I realized that with ADHD, just like not every brain is created equal.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so I could not bring myself to be like, I'm going to teach you the system because you have to figure out your own system.
Mhm.
Just because it worked for me, it doesn't mean that it works for you. I'm still very I write things on paper.
Yeah,
And then I know people that are like, I would never, how I would lose all those papers?
right.
And so it's ADHD is a trip.
It is. It
And the
is, and
procrastination is it's big.
it's huge. I've always had it, always since I was a little girl, and it also kind of gives. There is a part that I realize is like a bit of an ego trip, which is like I can do it. I can do it even
Mm,
the day before.
I work better under pressure.
Yeah, and like I can memorize 20 pages in a day and show up the next day.
Yeah.
But then there's another part that yeah, I'm avoiding, and I'm avoiding like yeah, having to face that imposter syndrome because it's like I have the same thing with writing. I actually feel like once I study, I'm going to realize like, oh, I'm not that good, or what if I'm?
Mm,
So then I just like put it off and I put it off and I put it off, and yeah. But I definitely, I mean, I guess this is a sign that I need to work on it and find things that work for me to not to
totally.
not be procrastinating all the time.
How do you get yourself out of the freeze?
I have two things. I either force myself because I have no more time,
Mm,
or I do during moments of inspiration with writing, for example. Writing is one that it's like I saw a show and it inspired me, so then I go and I write. Or on flights, I do it a lot. Whatever I need to get done, I do on flights because, again, it's forcing me.
there's no, yeah,
So I have to do it. And body doubling is a big thing, which is why Las Tres Sisters worked for me because I had to write with 2 other people, and having them sitting there next to me made me do it, and now that I don't have them sitting next to me for my own things.
Yeah. So you had no choice.
And it makes me I whatever I wanna do, yeah, if I have someone to do it with, I will do it.
Yeah.
I will do it. If I don't have anyone, I'm like, I'll just watch TV instead." You know?
Yeah, because it's easier to ¿cuál es la palabra? There's a study about this. If you wanna do something and you say you're gonna do it, you have 60% chances of completing it. But when
Okay.
you have an appointment with someone so you can get it done together at a time and a date and a location even, your chances of getting it done increase to 90%
Yeah. Yeah.
because it's easier to disappoint ourselves because nobody's gonna know than to disappoint other people.
Yeah.
And it's kind of annoying because, like, I have a friend, one of my best friends, for example, she's like the complete opposite. Like, she's the A plus kid, like they give you the assignment and then she's already halfway through. The professor hasn't even finished, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was always like, why would you do that? And
Yeah.
she's like, why would you not? Like she's like, then I can frolic for a month. I just get it done. And I'm like, no, what if you frolic for a month and then you get it done the night before, you know? And so but it costs us a lot more because you're thinking about it for a month, even though you're not doing it. It's debilitating. Procrastination is a monster.
Yeah. There's that shame around it too, right? There's that, like,
Mhm.
"I should be doing this. I should be doing this. I should be doing this." And yeah, and then we don't. Yeah. Yeah, okay, alright, I'm gonna write it down. I'm working on my procrastination. Mhm.
Well, I mean, you can be a recovering procrastinator,
Yeah, that sounds good.
you know?
It's scary even, I don't even know how to, like, do that. I'm like, "What? How do you?"
One thing that helps me with, because I have arrived at that place where I can have like a deadline and get it done days before. But I
Mm,
think it's because I do, like, maybe that's where my Virgo comes in my chart. I do a cost analysis.
okay.
Like, how much is it costing me to wait 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days? Still think about it, have it in the back of my head and, like, wake up and be like, "Oh, I have to get that thing done." And how much is it gonna cost me then how much is it gonna cost me if I get it done now?
Mhm. Mhm.
And so then it's like, well, I don't wanna be in debt with myself.
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna, like, make the payment and be done with it. So, for example, I got my TSA pre-renewal
Uh-huh.
thing,
Yeah,
and it was like, "You have a year." And I
right.
was like, "This is such a dangerous email, like, would you send that to me?" Because 'Cause they're like, "You have a year to renew this." And so I did a cost analysis and I was like, "Okay." So they're sending it to me literally 12 months before I need to actually get it done.
Mhm.
How much is it gonna cost me to set the reminder, to write the note to my planner, to write a calendar on myself, like, all the things that I would have to do to remember,
Yeah,
than to get it done.
yeah,
And I was like, "You know what? It's cheaper to get it done.
yeah.
So, Imma get it done."
I love that. Yes, yeah. Mhm. You know what I did? I didn't renew it.
Oh, and you lost it?
Yeah, and then it cost me, well, it was global entry. It cost me a year of them to get back to me because,
Waiting?
yeah, because if you renew it when it's still time to renew, then it just, like, does it quick. If you don't, it took me a year, a full year of waiting to hear if I had global entry again.
So that's evidence of the cost of what your procrastination cost you.
Yeah.
And I give myself I've talked about this before. I think anger is a powerful emotion. It's one of
Mm.
my favorites, actually.
Mm.
Anger
Mhm.
is like I actually would rather be angry than be sad. Because when you get depressed, like, that sucks. I don't wanna be sad,
Yeah.
but give me a rage because rage is very actionable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, like, thinking about looking at the cost, like, it costs you a year, it costs you, like, probably lines, like, all of these things,
Yeah.
then get mad about it. So next time, you have evidence to be like, "I don't wanna be that pissed again, so let's just save some coins of what it would cost us again."
That's interesting because, I actually have trouble feeling anger. So that's one of the emotions that I'm trying to be more comfortable with. So I actually, and a lot of my depression comes from feeling disappointed in myself or in others. And so when I do these things, I don't feel angry. I feel disappointment, and it makes me depressed because I feel like disappointed
Right.
over myself. And so it's a nice way to frame it, to be like, well, I could feel, because my therapist was also telling me, he's like, every time you go through something where you should have gotten angry and you don't, you get depressed. He's like,
Yes.
it's anger that got stuck, and because I, instead of taking it out on other people, I take it out on myself. So I'm like,
Mhm.
"You idiot," and then it goes into, like, depression. So I like this because, like, it's telling myself to, instead of waiting and being disappointed, it's better to get angry ahead of time and just, like, do it.
Because the disappointment is on the self.
Mhm.
Like, going back to the parts work, I think of my own depression, if, like, I'm sad that core self did not stand up for myself,
Mm. Mm.
And so then I'm like, "Well, let's get pissed."
Yeah,
Which anger was something that was really hard for me as well, because the culture, like, "What do you mean you can't be angry, but you can be
yeah.
quiet?" Oye, pero ya se nos acabó el tiempo.
No, me voy a enojar.
I know, I know. You should. Oye, vale, pero bueno, we talked about so many things, but what's next for you?
What is next for me? I am figuring out how to spend more time in Mexico. So
Mm.
that's something that's next for me, and how to start working in Mexico as well in the industry. So that is for sure.
Ay, qué chido.
Sí, está padre. Estoy ahí descubriendo, sí, consiguiendo representantes, todo lo demás. And then, yes, then I am writing the short film and directing it.
When is that coming out? Are we gonna do public accountability?
Yeah, please. I don't know when it's coming out, but I wanna shoot it before the year ends for sure. So I wanna shoot that is getting shot in 2026, and then, yes, if
Okay.
I could do all of post-production and everything. If I could have the whole film done by 2026, that would be great.
Like, end of year?
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah, I'll let you know.
Are you gonna put it in festivals and stuff?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in festivals and stuff.
That's exciting.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. I've never directed, so that's definitely, like, it is something I wanna do, and I think I'd be good at it, so I just need to, like, do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know you'll be good at it.
yeah, it's fun. I like being in control, so
Eldest daughter role.
yeah,
Virgo.
Virgo,
Combine
all
the
of them.
2.
Yeah.
Last few questions. Do you have a remedio that you wanna share with us?
A remedio for me, meditating is huge. And I think people, like, have different definitions of meditating. So I guess more what I'm trying to say is getting in touch with myself
Mm.
and nature, both of
Mm.
those things, which is that's why I live in this place. Um, those are huge remedios. And if I'm not being able to focus, then just going for a walk in nature,
Yes.
that helps a lot too.
So much.
So much. Yeah.
I can concur. I agree with that. We just got a new puppy, and
Mm.
she's forcing me to walk more
Yeah.
because I have a 13-year-old dog, and so she's 12 months,
Oh my god.
So, yeah. So Thor, my 13-year-old dog, he's like, "Walking? What do you mean walking? I wanna
Yeah.
sleep all day." Like, I take him on walks, and he's the one that's like, "I'm done." He
Yeah.
comes back. Benny, who's 12-month-old, she's like, "Can we go now? Can we go now? Can we go now?
Yeah.
Can we go now?" And so, anytime she's taking me out on walks, I come back so much more refreshed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it really clears so
Mhm.
much. And I live in a neighborhood that has pretty, what does David call it? Mature
Mm.
plants.
Ooh, yeah.
And so, like, I love petrichor, like, the smell of petrichor,
Mm.
wet, like, tierra. And so every time I'm walking, I'm like, "Oh,
Mm.
people watered, so good."
Yeah.
Like, that's such a good reset. So I love that. Yes.
That's great.
And, tell us all the places and spaces where people can find you. Where do you want people to connect with you?
So you can find me on Instagram at Vale Maldon. That's ValeMaldon. And then I'm on TikTok, but you won't see anything happening there. So I would just say you find me on Instagram. Yeah.
Nice. And we'll have the link in the show notes and all the things. And the last question is, what's the legacy you wanna leave behind?
Love.
Mm,
Knowing that I loved deeply and joyfully and wholeheartedly, and that I hopefully helped others do the same.
I love that. Yay. Well, thank you so much for coming to Cafe con Bum.
Thank you. This was so fun. Yes, thank you for having me again. As Valeria Maldonado Jackson.
Jackson, the whole thing, the whole thing.
Okay, thank
Bueno, that was my entrevista con Valeria Maldonado Jackson, and I think we went deep. As we went into this conversation, we already knew that this is Mental Health Month. Mental health, it's something that I think it's really important to talk about without shame, to talk about from the lens of truth and not polish it. Mental health is not self-care, like self-care has been commoditized. Mental health is real, and I knew that this conversation was going to get real. And even when we crossed paths like a few months ago at an Alitas event, actually, she was in the middle of her depressive spell. And you heard it on the episode. And while she had the desire to express it then, por hacer es el destino, because we didn't have space in the podcast at the time, we pushed it for this month. And still, I think, even though we didn't have the conversation in the middle of what she was going through, I think it was still really powerful. Because I think, as someone who has gone through depression often, while we may feel like there's a desire to be seen, there's also, at least personally, I'm speaking for myself now, the part of me that feels like maybe I'm not even worthy of that yet. And so I think everything happened in the moment and the timing that it had to happen, and I'm grateful that Valeria came to share it and got to talk about it, and that she shared her corner in the house where she goes and hangs out when she may not be feeling the best. And also the invitation to see people dealing with mental health challenges through the lens of compassion instead of pity. You know, we want to be seen, we want to be witnessed and held without being fixed. And maybe as I shared, like as I'm sharing this, as I shared earlier, that there's a part of me that may not feel worthy of it, it's perhaps because I've been also solving for so long. And it's also because of the performance that's been expected of being the one that holds it all together. And I think a lot of us may resonate with that, no? Because performing is accepted. Performing, you can perform being strong, especially as the eldest, because we tend to be the ones that people lean on, you know? We were handed the message early in our life that our pain is an inconvenience to other people. And we talked about it today, no? And even for Valeria, who's an actress, when she said there's a point where you can't just mask it anymore. And when the familia sees it in you, and that witnessing without looking to fix is what we all want. We want to be seen and witnessed, not the crash the post-win down, but the permission to be seen in it because it's real and it happens. It's happened to me after I host events, for example. That's why, frankly, I tend to space them out because I know that it's this super energetic pull and creation of something, and you give so much of you, and then it happens, and then it's done, and then you wake up the next day and you're like, it's like giving birth in a way, I think. Being witnessed as you're in the corner with your blanket is something that doesn't make us broken. It simply makes us human. And when we're allowed to exist in that, is what can, I believe, help us get out of it faster. Unless, of course, there's a chemical component of it. But I think many times that's what's helped me is just to be and let the cycle of that emotion complete because that's allowed and we need that. Pero bueno. If this conversation moved you in any way, I'm still clearly, this is a rare occasion actually, when I'm recording the intro and the outro of the episode the same day that I'm recording the intro. So it's quite fresh. Usually I record days later and I have the transcript. So I do my intros and outros off the transcript of the recording, but it's different to have it like super, like we just talked a few hours ago. So everything is still pretty raw and fresh in my mind. So this is why I'm pausing a lot because I'm still processing a lot of the conversation. So thank you for being with me and also bearing witness and this. And I give you a little BTS of how this works. So if this conversation moved you in any way, share it with that friend who always says that she's fine. Share it with your sister who's holding everyone together. And perhaps maybe you haven't seen her cry in months, Tag us all both on social media because we also need to see that you heard, we like that also is really power to me, at least when you send me messages and like, oh, that episode kind of like hurt a little or that episode moved me in some way. It's so inspiring to keep going. And of course, if you want to understand the conditioning that taught you to hide in the first place, the one that said that your darkness is too much, that you need to earn the right to fall apart, I have the Calladita Culture Quiz, and it's free. Takes 5 minutes. It will give you language for what you've been carrying without a name. Because I got tired of not having a name for what I was dealing with, and I gave it a name. There's 5 wounds that we carry, and the quiz will tell you the one that you may be carrying, or we carry all of them, but the quiz gives you the result on the wound that may be leading how you show up. Head over to cafeconpam.com/quiz. Y como siempre, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for choosing and listening, lending me your time while you drive or while you clean or you go on walks. It's so fun when you tell me when you listen to me or like, while you're at work sometimes. Thank you so much. I don't take your time for granted. Y bueno, como siempre, nos vemos la próxima semana y sigue brillando. Café con Pam is created con mucho amor by our small but mighty team. Content production by Nancy Jaimes. Podcast management by Maru Linardi. Social media and marketing by Brenda Figueroa. And me, your host, Pam Covarrubias. To keep the cafecito brewing and the healing flowing, join the Supporters Club for only $5 a month and access early episodes, behind-the-scenes vibes, and exclusive minisodes you won't hear anywhere else. Screenshot this episode and tag me and share what resonated. I love seeing your takeaways. Follow on your favorite podcast platform and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let's keep the conversation going with us on social media at Café con Pan Podcast because your voice always matters there. We love being on Instagram and Facebook. Gracias for listening to Café con Pan, a Spread Ideas Move People production. For more episodes, guest info, or resources, visit cafeconpam.com. And if you're healing from Calladita culture and don't know where to start, you can take the quiz. cafeconpam.com/quiz for Tia Wisdom and cariño just for you.
Sabrosura pa' ti que